Are you sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck? You're working so hard, but all of your money goes to pay the bills, and now the mortgage payments are through the roof, interest rates are rising, inflation is just absolutely bananas. How do you deal with all of that? Hi, my name is Bart Milat, and in this video I will give you a couple of tips on how I got ahead with money over the last couple of years that I think are valuable to help you as well. Money is something that's very important in most people's life, even though sometimes they say, oh, money is not important. But then they work like 60 hours a week just to make like minimum wage or just to pay the bills. This is not the way to live life, is it? But I know like you have to start somewhere. I had to learn this the hard way because 4 years ago I had to start from scratch again. I lived in Thailand for a couple of years and I moved back to Europe and I decided to move to London. Now, when you move to a new city and you don't really have a mindset for wealth or creating a business, you probably have to start from the ground up, and that's what I did. I started cleaning dishes in a restaurant, even having a master's degree and a bachelor degree. But I know you have to start at the beginning. You have to have some sort of base. The number one thing that you can actually do about this is to become more valuable. Over the last couple of decades, I spent so much money in personal education because I wanted to find out answers on what I can do to increase my income and to have more freedom in my life. So I bought so many personal finance books, and most of the personal finance books recycle the same bullshit story. They say lower your expenses, don't go to Starbucks, live like, eat shit, eat canned beans and stuff like that. Then put it in an index fund, and then when you're 65, you can retire, woohoo! But this is the old way to live your life. No one actually talks about the other side of the equation, which is to raise your income. If you can raise your income, you don't need to, be a frugal Mr. Scrooge, from a Christmas Carol. You can just live free and do whatever you want. But that's what all these personal finance books were teaching. Save your money, put it in the stock market. Well, good luck to you if you put all your money in the stock market in 2008. Boom, it crashed. Good luck to you if in the beginning of 2022, you put it in the stock market, boom, 30% loss. Good luck to you if you read that book and you put it at the beginning of the COVID pandemic in the stock market. Boom, you are down 30-40%. So while I still think it's a good idea to also do investing, if you only invest $5 a month or $5 a day even, it's not gonna bring you very far until you are 65, 70 years old. So what you need to do to raise your income is to become more valuable, and no one is teaching you this stuff. If you have a job right now, the only way you're going to get pay rises is to do more than you're being asked to do. But most people don't do that. They just want to work their 9 to 5 or their 7 till 4, whatever it is. So they get a paycheck at the end of the month to pay their bills. Well, if you want to have an extraordinary life, you have to be willing to do extraordinary actions. And one of which is to become more valuable. Now, here are a couple of ways that I use to get ahead with money and to become more valuable and to get a lot of pay rises. In the last couple of years, I received 6 pay rises, one of which by switching companies. Actually, 2 of them, I switched 2 companies. How do you do this? Well, you have to do more than you're being paid to do. So you have to look at your job and look for process efficiencies. Now, what are these? You have to look at, how can I do my job more efficiently? What are some of the projects that the company is struggling with that I can take initiative to start? If you see problems that happen day after day after day, just think, can I maybe solve this? So it's easy for my manager, for my teammates, for the company. And, in the worst case, if you don't get a pay rise, at least it makes the job easier for you as well. Another way to become more valuable to your company is to learn to save costs. So in one of my previous roles as an accounts assistant, I saw the costs that were coming in every month. And I was able to negotiate a better deal with a different company and save more than £50,000 a year in fees. So what is something in your job that you can do to save money, to create process efficiencies, Or another way to do this is to save time. If you can do something quicker than anyone else before, and process efficiencies will help with that, you become more valuable to your company. Now, why is this so important? If you want to get pay rises, if you want to get ahead with money, if you want to beat inflation and stop living paycheck to paycheck, if you do this, you're going to become less irreplaceable. And the way that your salary is determined by how replaceable you are. That's why people who work in fast food or in restaurants, they can be trained in like a day or a week. So they're easily replaceable. Someone leaves, boom, they have someone else within a couple of days trained and ready to rock and roll. But if in your job you can create specialized skills, you can create process efficiencies, and you are a self-starter, you take the initiative that no one else does, you become more valuable, and that demands a higher raise. Now, I also bought a couple of courses over the last few years on how to get pay rises, but most courses teach you that the only way to get pay rises is to ask your manager for a raise. But this is kind of the process that you have to do before then. It doesn't just come by itself. Because it's actually a lot of fun to try to get ahead with money. It's fun to learn new skills. It's fun to learn how to create process efficiencies and to become more valuable in your company. And then having managers and colleagues praise you like, wow, good job, like no one was able to do that. And you could do that, like boom, here's a bonus, or shall we have your performance review? I hope that this was valuable to you, and please send me a DM if you have some more questions. And also click on the link below. I have a 30-day course on how to get multiple pay rises. And this was just one of the lessons that I teach in this course. Because, there are no shortcuts to getting pay rises. There's a process before you're going to ask your manager for a raise. So thank you for watching. If you need help, go join my course, send me a DM if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next episode.